Hello?
Of course, because I expected to be on the start screen. For the purposes of VOD, let's pretend we're starting over. Good morning, everybody. This is Dylan Russell. We are having a bit of a late start this morning. Minor health issues, no big deal. Yesterday we were working in the monastery section, doing a little bit of creek digging and putting in some spots for farming material. We also put together a very, very basic guest house. It needs more deco, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. Today's plan is to put in the crops for that portion. And then after that, we're actually going to go do a sand dig. Yes, a sand dig. Because, I'll show you real quick on the map. We are, we have a snowy zone that I don't want. That sounds silly, but yeah, I don't want the snowy zone. So we need to go way up and try and put in another 100 blocks or so from where we are, I'm guessing. 150 to 200. Way up and see if we can stop the snow. I've never done this before, so we're going to be having a lot of height on scaffolding, which is not high on my enjoyment list, but needs to be done. Alright. So, I guess what better thing to do than just get to it. So starting with the crops, we're going to need to go get some seeds and start planting across, and we'll see what we can get. I've got 3 or 4. Let me double check. 4, so we'll have one being carrots, we've got beets, we've got potatoes, and we've got wheat on the right hand side. Scaffolding scares me a lot. I am terrible with it in both Java and Bedrock. I'm not even sure if I own enough of it. We can easily make more, it's not a big deal. Where was I derailing to? Derail. What is this? This is Fortune. That's Affinity. Right, I need to do that on the helmet. Okay. Well, we'll start the day with a squirrel because we're a little bit off the hour. And I'm just going to go get all my tools repaired, turn this hoe into a Fortune one, and I think that's about it for where we're going to start. Moving a couple things in the game has thrown me a little bit. There we go, let's put those away. Make sure I've got my box put away. And while we're here, we're going to need for sand, we're going to need to make sure we've got enough shovels. So I've got a couple of them. I think those are low-end shovels, but they may do because by the time we go through all 3 of them, then it's time to come back anyways, because I don't have a ton of space for shulkers. And my stone collection probably doesn't need to go everywhere with me. Yeah, so probably doesn't need to go everywhere with me. Let me just find a corner to put... Oh, I have coffee. Gonna need it, apparently. And I will forget that I've moved the boxes, because that's how it goes, right? There we go. Let's throw stone in the corner so I know what it is. And I think that's reasonable. Alright. More space. Okay, I have more boxes. Let me just move the boxes. I'm going to need... There we go. I'm going to need more sand and such along the way, so if we get a ton of it, then I shouldn't have to worry about doing a bunch of sand digging later on. Alright. I think that should be good. I'm also short a little bit on emeralds and carrots and such, so being a bit careful. No, you didn't miss stream. I was not feeling well. So I delayed stream and then I started off incorrectly. Good morning, Benson. Good afternoon, I guess. And hopefully you were well. That's why I have fences. I really should put them on this side. That would make plenty of sense. Where was I going? Aha. So yeah, I appreciate that you came in. There were quite a number of people in Max's stream this morning, and I was aiming to try and be there for you guys afterwards if that was such a thing that appealed. But unfortunately, my system decided otherwise. So yeah, that's been happening a lot lately. Could partly be stress, could partly be the fact that I'm being a little bit lazy in the summer and slouching, which is not good for one's digestive system. But one of my favorite positions is just to sit on a couch, sort of on my hip with my legs all curled up. And yeah, that doesn't do well. So, suffice to say, that's far too much information. Poodle Pirate Raid is on your screen throwing you off. Oh, yeah, I did raid Poodle Pirate this week. Sometimes we raid Jade on Wednesdays, but I did raid Poodle instead, and that was quite pleasant. I am confused. Curious. Just sort of more why somebody would do that, as opposed to... Oh, okay. The team who cleaned up the place has done a very, very good job at making it appealing and making it look a lot like a Pac-Man game, which I find kind of amusing. Reminder, set your spawn in one of the provided beds. No. We just slept, so we're okay. Really, I just want the Ender. Being honest, I have no idea whether or not things are working correctly this morning. I live in mute because I discovered that depending on where you are in OBS, if you set your microphone and such as in the base settings, it becomes essentially universal to all of your scenes, which means that you mute one, you mute them all. And that kind of prevents me from being able to change it up in the main starting screen. But I'm not really particularly sure I want to go manually adding it to every scene because that just adds complexity. So I need to learn a different workflow. So I'm going to take a look and see what I can do for integrations, because I've got a cool little USB light that is not plugged in right now, and yet different people have told me that it is possible to do things along the lines of sorry, I'm trying to think straight and I'm not getting there. But it is possible to do things along the lines of when a certain device is on or muted or whatever, that you change the state of the USB light. So I'm going to look into that and see if it's possible at my skill level. So I'm starting with the repairs because it's easier to get those out of the road. And yeah, my sword has looting on it now. That's a new thing from last night, which is why we have such a mess on the floor. And probably a whole ton of heads. I really should. Yeah. I'm gonna use this one. It's called Don't Lose Me for a reason. There, now we don't have quite so much mess. I don't think. Yep. No looting on that one. Alright. Pula was having a very small crowd on Wednesday, so I figured we'd give her a hand. And it turned out she was very, very interesting, so I like that. What am I thinking? My original plan, I didn't think about the Ender this morning. So, just a little bit discombobulated, but that's okay. When I actually dream about, or wake up thinking about, I guess more accurately, the things going on in game, Often it's the, oh, I could do this, and then I'm gonna do that, and whatever, and then I squirrel in real life, so. Crazy stuff. That should be just about enough. Come on, game. There is a junk dropper system on the far side of this. I'm just being very, very careful not to throw the sword because I've done that before. And I'm looking for extra XP. Oops. Extra XP so that we can do a couple of things with books, then we can get out of here. So our new geek out for the moment, difficult to see, is movies category, 2 films that take place at summer camp. I can think of 2, but I would like to see what chat has to say first. And no rush. I haven't actually even looked at question of the day on Discord today. I'll just take a quick move for that one. What have we got? I can do them manually as well, but let's see. Gonna skip that one and just hit this button instead. Okay, so we're talking tacos. Kind of silly, but it works. And the question is, what foods besides tacos are, or are not, some sort of tacos? We're talking about things like whether or not is a hot dog some crazy format of a taco? Is a lobster roll a bizarre format of a taco? I mean, are things like chalupas or gyros really tacos? Good evening, Bob. Hopefully your day went well today and that you have something yummy planned on your menu. So I am just hanging out at the moment in the Ender, grabbing a few extra XP because I need to add a couple of books onto very expensive items. Aw, and somebody, unfortunately, made this Ender have one less carpet on it. But that's okay. It wasn't me. For a change, wasn't me. Which actually feels good to say that. Alright, let's put this sword back before I get myself into all kinds of trouble. Do some cleanup. Alright, looking decently clean? Excellent. Okay, so I'm going over here. And I'm going to throw things this way. Because then I know exactly what I'm throwing, and I can't launch a sword down there because I've done that once. I don't want to do that again. So, Pops is not too bad, just had to have a lie down as... Ooh, nosebleed and headache. I'm very sorry to hear that. We are very familiar with nosebleeds and headaches in our house. My husband and I both get, like Fantastic Shark Fox and I both get headaches. And unfortunately, our daughter is incredibly prone to nosebleeds, so we hear ya. Neither of them is very fun, and sometimes the two can be related because you're suddenly lightheaded. Okay, so for mending and breaking, respiration, Akka. Perfect. We have a little bit of XP left over, I like. And that's because I forgot to, apparently, mend the hoe. Let's just see what happens. Aw. Hee. That's actually kind of fun. You can do it this way, but it's fun. So I'm using... goes fast. But they just fall individually. Okay. And I'm not a mending bow person. So that should be everything. I'm just gonna double check the armor. Oh, so that's not the armor. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Oh, right, yes. I didn't actually. Did I not? Huh. I thought I had upgraded to a netherite shirt, but apparently I never did. So, yeah, that sucks. 4, breaking 3, mending. Yeah, well, that stinks. Oh well. Is what it is, I suppose. A little late now. Yeah, we got to the point with our daughter where she gets the nosebleeds enough that we actually bought her a bunch of special nose clips. Not really super special, but they're just very effective and add a good amount of pressure. But depending on where you are, or how old your caregiver is, or, you know, like different regional differences sometimes, what people think is the appropriate first aid for a nosebleed shifts and changes. For example, we were told quite a long time ago to pinch on the bridge. Okay, that's not a thing anymore. Fine, you can damage the bone and so on. Fair. Then part 2 of that is that we thought, okay, well, that's great. The next advice we'd heard, which apparently seems to be current, but anyways, the next advice we'd heard, because I'd taken first aid course, and they said, no. Pinching the bridge is old school. You pinch now below, and the idea really is to plug your nose so that you can get everything to clot up there and then fixed, you know, you're good. Okay, well, that's what we did the last time that my daughter actually had a nosebleed at a scouting event with other, they call them medical adventurers, but basically it was the youth and leader med team. It's one of the vocational scouting style groups. And we got over to the med tent and they said, yeah, nope, you can let go, stop pinching, and we're going to shove something up their nose. It's like, no. And she said, no, even if only the end fits. And then we get the daughter off to the medical clinic and they're like, oh no, we'll just take that out and we'll put one of these clips on your nose. We're like, oh, crying out loud, that's what we knew to do. But the one who supposedly knew better said, do it this other way. She says, oh, well, that's old school. Great. And I know I wasn't actually at the clinic. Fantastic Sherlock Fox did it, so I'm probably telling the story wrong. I'm doing it wrong. But anyway, the whole point of that element was that the instructions keep changing and changing and changing. So I get a little tired of it. I have smooth stone more than I need now, so that's not great, but it's not horrible. See if I can find a home for this. No. Maybe. I could put it in the stone chest, I suppose. Oh, there's some slabs, okay. I'll put it with the slabs. And I was thinking this morning I wanted a slab for something, but I couldn't remember what I wanted it for, so I don't know what material I was thinking about. Okay, so we're back. We need seeds, which I think is here. I haven't labeled anything because I kept thinking this storage wasn't going to stay, and I might just be better off to label it anyways. I'm going to need wheat seeds. Wheat, yes. Pumpkin seeds, should be more than enough. Do I not have melon seeds in here? Huh. Well, I'm going to need beet seeds. That's fine. Carrots I left over there. Going to need potatoes. And I only have a few berries, but that will do. I'm not going to be putting in cocoa beans because that just doesn't seem to fit the sort of UK vibe that I'm going for here. And I got more pumpkin seeds, more wheat seeds. I think that's it for now. Okay, well, I'm going to go out front and get some more melon seeds so that we're ready to rock on that one, and I should be good to go. So, beets, carrots, yeah. Until I have houses, this is just my little rotating set of oh, that really is as weird looking as it seems. Kind of an interesting shot with the 3 little propagals there. Yeah, this is my rotating set of 4 trees, trying to just grab a little bit more wood for storage for things that don't grow around here by default. Melons, please. Alright, and I think I have buckets on the other side. I hope I have buckets. If we do end up getting beyond what I originally planned for the morning, then we will switch over and do some more wall. But I think doing the planting is probably more worthwhile. So you can probably see I have a lot of villagers. Problem has been solved. They breed themselves for fun. And not all of them actually have jobs because they're just being stubborn. Let's see if I can get in here. Actually, let's just go around the side. Why not? It's faster. By the time all is said and done, I think I have like one door left to this place because I took off a lot of the other ones just because I didn't want the villagers running off. Very good. So we have quite a lot of them. At the moment their workstations are here just because I was trying to lock some of them in with trades. And I'm not too fussed about getting the cheapest, but anything over 30 I definitely won't even entertain the idea. For the most part, if anything is more than 20, I won't entertain the idea. But what actually was the problem in the end, and James Curry actually, Chakram was the one who basically gave me the clue I needed. He goes, are they hurting themselves somewhere? And it didn't occur to me. I thought, well, that's fine. They can't reach up here. And I went running around looking at all the little levels. Well, turns out they were hurting themselves in here. Because I have a double wide, we just have a door on it, but I have a double wide space where they were actually able to path their way right out to above the landing, and then apparently they were just falling off when they wanted to go somewhere. The other part of it is they could path there for a while, but initially I didn't actually even have a block here. So quite honestly, they were coming out the door and falling off straight down there. So that was causing damage. It either took only one run for them to die, or it would take two. But either way, they were dead, or well, unalived and non-existent and poofed elsewhere. Teleportation and all that. So now that's all filled in, and they seem to be sticking around. So it looks like I was surviving it earlier due to sheer numbers and had not realized that the librarians were getting lost simply because like I had enough of them and I couldn't figure out why certain trades didn't seem to stick. Well, it wasn't that they weren't sticking, it was that I had killed off the librarians. Or well, not killed off, but let them do stuff to themselves. And then, so I've checked it, and it looks like there may be... In here, I've got some stairs that go around spiral style, and I've put fencing on them, but this wall I have to just figure out what to do with. Because I've had a couple of times... Actually looking at the map... Well, no, we're okay for the moment. But I've had a couple of times where I've got librarians or villagers that got stuck between the wall and the stairs. It's a very uncommon thing, but it does seem to happen. Far too often. Alrighty. Okay, red. What did I use for that command anyways? I can't remember. Give me a split sec. Fantastic Shock Fox might remember. But I'm just going to quickly check it. Commands. Red. Oh. There we go. Okay, so Geek Out has become 6 actors who... What is it here? Oops. Oh well. 6 actors who appear in Pulp Fiction. Ooh. That's one for the Fox and Benson. I can think of 3, and that's all I can remember. We've got, I mean, there's Samuel L. Jackson, and John Travolta and Uma Thurman, and those are the only three I can remember from that one. Okay, yeah, it's working. But Pulp Fiction is a bit of a weird movie, and I'm not particularly sure if it's linear or not. Last time I watched it, I was only half paying attention, and I have seen it more than once. And then the time before that, I wasn't sober, so I haven't seen it since the 90s, or not 90s, since the late 99, I guess. Okay, you've heard in the last couple of days me referring to not being sober. Just being full disclosure, I am totally not encouraging anybody to consume adult beverages or to do substances. But back in the late 90s, I worked for a camping company for whom some of the staff on site grew marijuana. And it's kind of hard to share a staff cabin without there being secondhand smoke everywhere. So you don't even have to smoke pot to have the same getting high off the smoke kind of thing. And yeah, I will say it makes for some really weird movie watching. I don't even remember The World According to Garp, although I wasn't exactly paying attention anyways, smoke in the room or not. Let's see who else. Tim Roth was in there? Okay. Alright, what have we got? Let's put melons on one side and pumpkins on the other, so I'm going to need to find a bucket. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I need to find a bucket. We would be able to... Oh. Hello. Sort out where the water goes. This one? Nope. Aha. Bucket. And as James kindly reminded me, I don't believe the berries actually need water, so we're good for that one. We're going to take... Oops. Let's rearrange stuff before I get too lost. There we go. This one and this one out. I know I don't need both water spots, but it's a mental thing. Let's see. Which way do I want the plants to grow? Could be annoying to do it both ways, but then that ruins my ability to have the entire row filled up. Let's do half on each side, because the water's going to change the effect anyways. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright, those will be berries, and these ones will be pumpkins. Go, now, sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Oh, I have a bed. Haha. Oops. So we have librarians that have trouble making their way up to the bed space. And there's a whole bunch sort of stand around. So I'm keeping that in mind. At some point there'll be another bed space on the second floor, on the west side of the building. But I was hoping to make that all clerics. Apparently no such luck at this point in time. Ah! I kind of like it when they go over the edge like that. Somehow that's very satisfying. Oops, and I forgot my mud bricks. Oh well. Which way did I have? I had the inside there, so let's go with the same one. There we go, and then this is just a standard I forgot to pick up carrots. Silly. Silly, silly. I left all the carrots over here because I was using them to breed the villagers, and there are shulkers of carrots over here. So I forgot to grab those while I was inside the building. This is the only one I know for sure what it's going to be in the larger plots. I might as well start there. We've been... Forgot to mention, if you do end up needing bamboo, there's a good deal for sale. A good deal? Do tell! Is it by any chance called Troll Territory underneath Delen's Bridge? Or is there another... Or is it Fantastic Sherlock Fox is selling bamboo? I'd be up for that, although it is a little bit silly because the diamonds I'd be spending are the ones Fantastic Sherlock Fox dug up for me. Let's start with the wheat and see how far we can get. Now I should have a good amount. I haven't converted any of my bamboo yet into bamboo wood. So that's a wood type I haven't actually even created a space for in my regular inventory. I should probably do that, so thank you very much for the reminder. Somebody told me there were 11 different types of wood, and I could not find more than 10. 9 maybe? So I'm not fully sure. Geek Out now is TV 4 animated birds. On TV specifically, though. We've got Tweety Pie, Donald and Daffy Duck, yep. And then we've also got Darkwing Duck is a good one. Anything from DuckTales, because we've got, you know, Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Launchpad McQuack. Yeah, I guess. And there was briefly, I believe, a Little Mermaid spin-off as a TV series. So, I mean, you had, I think his name was, I want to say Scully, but that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to remember what the bird was called. Okay, what have we got? Wanted melons and pumpkins, right? So let's put the melons on this side because pumpkins, with the orange with the gold, just not enough stand out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Then we've got carrots look pretty cool, so let's put the beets in here, I guess. Carrots are something remotely useful, so having them easy to access on the far end might not be a bad idea. I don't quite understand why Minecraft leaves these weird little gaps as you go around, because I'm not letting up on the mouse button, so I don't know where it's getting that idea. Okay, so we've got melons are in there, and this will be potatoes, and then carrots on the far end. Then we'll come back in and put the berries in the middle. Which I guess since I need more berries, and it doesn't quite cover the slot we've got, then I should probably put the berries in next. Just so they've got some time to grow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-oh, that's not ideal. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Well, at least that one's growing quickly, I suppose. Okay, and then I want carrots on the end. Oh, pumpkins first. Right. There we go. We make it look like just about everything you can grow. And I don't think they've got their own pig stable and stuff, so pig pen. I'll have to read up and see if that's the case or not. Let's go up and in. Try not to actually land on something. There we go. Not dead this time. Yay! Here we go. I'm gonna rock the animated birds because we've listed off a bunch. Four shows with regular beach scenes. Didn't we just have that one? I'm gonna skip that one. There we go. Nope, did that one too. Jeepers creepers. Ah, there you go. I'd love to say, let's see, we don't need this one. We don't need this one. Don't need this one. I think that's it. That's more of an experiment to see what happens. Okay, I wanted carrots, right? Yes. I really only need 80, so let's take half of those. Hello. Hi guys, you don't need to push and shove. I don't have jobs for you at the moment. There you go. Okay. New songs with a harmonica. Just to put anything by Les Stroud. And yeah, Piano Man by Billy Joel. I've yet to actually listen to enough Les Stroud music to be able to call it by name, actually. Wish I did, but I don't know much by Les Stroud. I just know that he plays both guitar and harmonica in just about every one of his songs. And the name may not sound familiar to you guys. Les Stroud is A, Canadian, and B, gentleman known on television and internet as Survivor Man. As in contrast to Bear Grylls out of UK. So we have Survivor Man. I'm biased. I prefer Survivor Man for a number of reasons, but yeah, the two of them are kind of in competition with each other. I don't necessarily think the other person is being honest about their work. Just one of those types of rivalries. We also in Canada actually used to have a neat little show called Man Tracker, which I find kind of interesting. Basically, it was a gentleman who used to, I think his job was he used to help the police when a fugitive would escape out into the woods or into unfamiliar, non-urban jurisdictions, and help them track them down. So sort of like a rural sheriff, I guess. And they made a game show out of it, basically. People could win big money if they managed to evade the man tracker for, I can't remember what it was, a couple of days. It sort of had an amazing race element to it, in that I think they actually had to get to a checkpoint and evading the guy as they went. Seriously? It's the potato I want. Hello? Thank you. No, not the carrots. Stop refilling. Sometimes it's great to have my stuff auto-refilled when I'm building. Not so hot when I'm trying to just simply survive. Bed. Ow! Seriously, man. Leave me alone! I don't recall looking at you. Oh, lovely. Let's just do it this way. We'll go take a little bit of a break. And drop some stuff off. I don't remember looking at him. I need more carrots anyways. Do I have any more emeralds? We'll find out. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. No, okay. The only emeralds I have are in the box over there. Which means we need to do it another way. It's more than I need, but it'll do. It will do for... Oh. Here, let's start with this guy who's just wandering over here. There we go. And this one, do you have a global bookmark? Let's make this a global bookmark. Trade. Trade. Sir? And you. Nope. You're the one. Ah, I don't like you. All right, I don't like you either. What's with you two armors? Is that? I thought the armors were supposed to... Huh, okay. There we go. Emeralds achieved. Now, I don't know how I managed to get out of my 3 armors, I got 2 of them that don't take iron, which is not helpful. That's more carrots than I need, so let's just leave it at that for now. Alrighty. Wanted something. Can't remember what it was. Go over here, see if these guys will leave me alone for a minute or two. We can finish up. Want to get the potatoes going. Oh, right. Now I remember what it was I wanted. I wanted to have mud bricks to create a little bridge. Yeah. Okay, so we don't really need these. But I'm picking them right now so that we can finish off this part, and then we have seed pieces just in case something goes wrong. Right, so we've got the wheat going over there. Okay. I need mud bricks and probably mud brick slabs, and I'm hoping I'll have lanterns over here. And then we can put lanterns in the middle in the water spots because they wouldn't have actually had lanterns. So just using something to make it less spawnable would be helpful. Oh boy, this is going to be one of those huts, is it? Packed mud. Sure, I can spend that. Why not? Why not? Okay, first off, let's see if I can even get slabs. That looks like a no. Apparently not. Okay. What can I do with mud? I can get bricks, but I can't do anything with that. So not going to use mud then. Can't decide today. Okay. Ha. Enjoy. Geek Out TV category or American shows that are remakes of British television. Failed, successful, or otherwise. Okay. Pardon me. Let's just in the middle of a field. Granite slabs might not be too bad. How many do I need? Oops. One, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Okay. Of course. 9. 13, 17. I think 17, 21. All right. Where did I? Oops. That's where the mud goes. That'll give me 32, which is fine. Block is on the other side. Do I have... Try to see if I've got a mason over here. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Let's see, for the colors of dirt, probably the granite slab, I think, might be our best bet. And I need to find the lanterns. Oops, this one. The office? Yep. That's one that actually made it successful on this side of the ocean. There's quite a few that didn't. I thought I heard at one point that there was a remake of Spooks, but I'm not totally sure. Okay. That should do the trick there. Yep, Cracker, they tried that over here. Not very effective, but definitely tried that. Yep, so Cracker and Spooks, not Spooks, sorry, Cracker and The Office. That was the ones I was thinking of. I think the Got Talent series of shows, I think those are supposed to be sort of, I wouldn't say remakes per se, but another version. I think Britain's Got Talent came first, but I'm not fully sure. I was unaware of it until the America's Got Talent existed. go, and I want over here. Come on. And I can't count. Hey Springer, how are you doing today? I have a silly question, and I do apologize for the question because it is such an oddball one. If you wouldn't mind, what pronouns do you prefer? I just want to make sure I've got everything sort of all neat and tidy. Perfect. Okay, great. I just had a conversation with Fantastic Shockbox where he let me know that I was getting things wrong in the in references, and I want to remedy that because that's in my mind kind of impolite and rude. So I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. I've got one of those she/her thingamajigs. She/her. Oh boy, let me try that again. I've got one of those pronoun things I use when I'm watching Twitch, but unfortunately it doesn't nicely cooperate with my streaming setup. There we go. Spiders, no. Just no. Let's see. I do use they them as a default if I don't know, and that's what you may have been catching, but I just want to make sure I can have the opportunity to get it right. Oops. Keep thinking I'm doing this in the regular fashion, like as in that should be 7-ish. Yeah, I'm just kind of guessing where some of these go on this level because suffice to say, counting out torches is not as easy as I would have thought it is because some things in Minecraft are linear and other parts are what they call taxi math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. There we go. See, this is what happens. I'm gonna grab one out here. Sure. That'll be close enough. Throw one right in the middle. Yoink. There we go. This way I don't get myself totally blown up when I'm hanging out over here. Not easily, anyway. Okay, so then people using the mill need to be able to get across. Hey Tiz, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello. I'm putzing around a little bit at the monastery area, and this needs to be a little wider because people might have carts. Barely. There we go. Okay. I think I've got enough. So who's to be the champion of the hill today? Let's see if we can get it to go through without it being rigged to be fox friendly. All right. Aside from the spider over there I don't like, everything else looks passable at the moment. Scratchy, scratchy. Okay. So we've got all the crops in, which means I can go part 2. Part 2. So we see this big white zone. We don't want it. So suffice to say that we're off to do some sand mining. Woohoo! I'm as thrilled as you are, but it's something that just needs to be done. It's either that or build walls. So we'll probably do a little bit of each, I think. And that way none of us go absolutely crazy. So the Geek Out we've got running right now is looking for 4 American shows that are remakes of British television. We've had Cracker and The Office. Okay, so I apologize, Springer Shadow, that this hasn't happened. So I will explain, and then we'll run it again. Because the bot... There you go. Actually, you've got it. So, so the hill that you saw on screen comes up, and then it's just a generic, random, semi-random anyways, last man standing sort of thing, or last person standing, where all the characters run in and they use ridiculous items, supposedly to beat each other up, and then they slowly get ejected one by one. And the one who's last is the champion of the hill. So exclamation point join is free, but it gets you in on the battle. So, yeah, that's the short version, I suppose. I'm just trying to see if there's anything interesting, not interesting, sorry, useful. I should put here. No, they're not there for class. They just, that's temporary. All right. Carrots, you can go up there. I'll put those in the special box because I'm going to need them for other things. Lanterns, I can put the spare one up there. I think we're good otherwise. And that goes in the special box. Just thinking, is there anything else I left last night? Oh, I think we're good. I'm just about at the point where I can clean up a lot of my shulker monster out there, but I'm going to leave it because we've still got one building left to build. And until I get the snow out of the way, building doesn't work so well. I appreciate the offer, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I know you've got a bunch of sand at your place, but I'm going to do a little bit of sand stuff because we won't do the entire stream that way. I'm actually going to set myself a timer at this end to make sure I don't go the whole stream and do more sand, because that would just be a little bit much. Okay, what am I looking for? Dirt. Dirt, dirt, dirty dirt. These are full. The more precious box. And then ditch the buckets. How are we doing? I just have to remember where the sand mining area is. Otherwise, I'll end up out at Poodle Pirates, and that probably wouldn't look that great. Didn't I dig up 4? Oh, no, I missed. I missed. You won with a donut. Yep. Distraction factor ahoy! Congratulations on that win. So now that we know what's going on, here's one more hill chap, and let's see if Springer can retain her championship. So once again, exclamation point join if you want to get in on this one. And again, it is free. And I'm just going to take that opportunity to quickly pause just for a second and look up where the sand mining is near me. We have a spreadsheet for that, so games, Minecraft, servers, Google Sheets. There we go. Swinging the donut around. Ooh, there's a frying pan that got in there. Tis with the classic tangled. Okay, what have we got? Reef. Lots of sand. I like that idea. Where am I? 2248, 256. It's positives. Okay. Oh, great. Mangrove and sand mining. I guess that's my best bet. Good going, Springer. Awesome. Thank you very much for playing, but using the giant match. Ooh, this time you're setting them on fire. Springer is hot tonight. Wow, that just sounds wrong. I'm sorry, that was not meant that way. Okay, I'm just trying to take a look at our list. We have a few spots that say sand mining, where it's okay. And I'm just double checking to make sure I've got one near me, because there's places all over. 1442 and 435. We can handle that one. 435 is... Okay. Let's see. 435 is this way. Keep going. Oh, okay. And 1442, quite a ways up. Oh, that's negative. Down. Keep forgetting about that. Somewhere down this direction. I haven't been out there, so that'll be kind of fun. Close enough. Set temporary waypoint. Perfect. Waypoint. Why not? Alright, so I need to go southwest. Make sure I have a bunch of... Ooh, bad news bears. One thing to go mining, it's another thing to completely forget your ender chest. Starts to... Love it, Tiz. Springer starts to sharpen her donuts in a threatening manner. Ooh, sharp donuts. I'm wondering what those would be like. Alright, we'll take a quick nap and then we're off to the southwest. Xena. Fantastic Shock Fox and I watched, we used to watch a lot of what it got, Forged in Fire. And in that series, of course, they're making all kinds of things. At one point there, the challenge to the last two competitors to see who was going to be the winner for that episode was actually to create Xena's weapons, like the circular ones. And I thought that was quite a fun one. Uh-oh. I'm up too high. I do not want to hit a mountain. That would not be ideal. Watch your head! Oh. Flying over whoever's base this is. With roads, that's cool. But where we're going, we don't need roads. I would say apologies to Christopher Lloyd. There's not much that he has quoted that people wouldn't mind re-quoting. Come on, temporary waypoint. This century, please. And I don't want to hit a mountain. There's a riot! Wow. That feels really far out. It's not even near whoever's base that was. Uh-huh. Methinks there has been an error in calculation. What did I read wrong? Mangrove and sand mining, it says. And I'm 100 blocks off in this direction. Nope, in this direction. Okay, so that should be in the middle of 448, 1439. Oh, would you? Oh. Sorry about that. You actually did get me. I was going to say something insulting to the skeleton, and it wasn't real. It wasn't real. I think I need more coffee. Here, why don't we all have a hydrate?
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Anyone can claim that as well. It's a point thing. And yes, I'm aware that it's saying water. Give me a quick sec. Set, hydrate. Oh. Set, hydrate. 1. There we go. All right. I had a sip before we started, so I had to make everything even. So my spreadsheet is saying X435, Z1442. So I don't think we see, oops, I don't think we see either mangroves or sand around here. So yeah, that's a little bit off. And I'm double checking just to make sure that wasn't the... Oh, if you're playing, let me quash the question of the day part, so just to make it easier for people to see. There we go. The way that one works is you actually do exclamation point guess letter, and then exclamation point guess word. So for example, I know I'm going to blow one of the lives, but we're going to go guess letter Z. There. So if it's guess letter if you're guessing a letter, guess word if you want to guess the whole word. Alright, so needless to say, that's not where we need to be. So I'm going to try and figure out, what have we got? Okay, let's see where else we want to go. Let's try another one. One that says, lots of sand. Let's try that. And then we want, so let's take this waypoint and delete the waypoint. Okay, so then now I'm looking for minus 3050. That's X, so I gotta go way out the other direction. Nope, this way.
Oh, hello there!
Minus 3050. Okay, roughly. By 1946. So we're going this way. We're out near Poodle Pirates. That I can handle. And it looks like I know whose base that was, and they have a portal, so I will fly back to the portal and then come out. Actually, no, that flight wasn't that bad. We'll just do it by hand. So 3050, 1946. Okay. So let's try set temporary waypoint. Edit that waypoint. 3050. I got that wrong anyways. 3050. And we want to go to 1946. I just got X because it's temporary. Confirm. Now, where did it go? Waypoint temporary. Oh, ha ha ha. Edit. Oops, cancel. So, I made a boo-boo because minus 3050, 1946, yeah. It's completely the wrong way. That's okay, we shall find it. Where did X go? Seriously, Delenn, I am like mega challenged here.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Okay. Give me just a split second to get that one rolling while I figure out which sand we're going to use. Sand 1. Sand 1, it looks like. So let's just take this one and delete. I'm going to sand 1. Edit that. Global. Confirm. Done. Okay, so where is sand 1? S1, that away. By a lot. Okay, so you guys wanted a would you rather.
Please.
Would you rather question? This. I'm gonna give it that one and bounce this one. Okay. So we are looking for library. I guess I couldn't find it. There we go. Open, please. Book. Thank you. Okay, so where are we? Where we left off. So we're going to ask, would you rather spend a year as a rat or spend a year on the back of Professor Quirrell's head? Probably turban covered the majority of the time. Would you rather spend a year as a rat or a year on the back of Professor Quirrell's head? So Professor Quirrell, if you're not familiar with the Harry Potter books, is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher from season 1. Oh wow, from book 1, where he supposedly went on some crazy trip internationally, and while he was out there, had an interesting adventure that involved meeting up with the Voldemort. Or a portion of Voldemort, I guess, at that point, which took up residence in him. And so he had Voldemort's head on the back of his. And oh, yes, sure, no problem. Give me one split sec to land. Sure, no problem, yeah. Because game-specific terminology doesn't help. What I'm going to do instead, probably a bit easier, add, where's the window capture? I just saw it. There we go, window capture. I'm going to call this Kindle. And can I put the Kindle phone link? There it is. Okay, you're seeing, what am I seeing here? That should do the trick. This will do for now. It's not ideal, but yeah, what's it doing? Weird, I don't know. Where is the window capture I just added? This one. Alt. Let me cut this off. Thank you very much. It's not just for you. I really should be doing this for everybody anyways. Start at the top of this page. There we go. The Kindle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hey. Hey. Not allowed. Sorry guys, that was a zombie interruption. No, that's totally no reason to be sorry. You didn't get me killed or anything. I have no idea where I am, but that's not ideal or important at the moment. Friends are friends, and we take good care of our friends. So I have no issue doing that. Let's go with this for now. That should do the trick. Okay. So this will be up when we need it. Oops. Alt. I take this up that way. No. Silly thing keeps choosing the wrong Wrong selection. There we go. Ha! There, much better. And we'll take this, put it down below the Geek Out, where the Geek Out got to. Parts. That didn't quite work. There we go. Excuse me. All right. Okay, where am I now? There we go. Sand 1. Yeah. By the time we see Professor Quirrell, I believe he's bald. So I'm not too fussed about the hair part of it, but I could totally understand. Sand. That's where we're headed. Thank you very much. I'm hoping we're headed towards sand this time. A little worried, not because I'm up so high, but because it just feels like we're not moving very fast. What else? What other sort of trouble can you get up to? Well, zombie death would have been a rather effective one, I suppose. We're headed towards a very, very tiny waypoint in the middle of the screen. Just because I have not discovered much of this land for myself. Ooh! I nearly squirreled for a shipwreck, but we can dodge that one.
Squirrel!
Squirrel!
I hate squirrels!
Almost there. Alright. 700. Okay, so we're starting to see part of Poodle Pirate's base. I'm going to back off a little bit because I don't want to show off too much of their base if I can avoid it. Just because they stream as well. So I don't want to start showing things by accident that they may not want spread around. But I think we have sand. Yep, definitely sand. Sounds more promising.
Your attention, please.
What are we attention? Oh boy. Oh boy. That would have been really funny while flying. I can see that. Alright. Okay, so the way this works, if I can find where I put my timer. There we go. It wasn't what you thought it would be. Okay. Is there something you would rather it be? Because what I actually do is I put a timer up on the screen and I play looking over my shoulder. Oops, not that way. Looking over the back of my shoulder. Yes, this way. This is oh, okay. And it looks like there's a creeper in there. And uh-oh. Oh, okay. I do not want to go to my left because that appears to be headed towards a pillager outpost. Not high on my list. Alright, by the way, in case you're curious, I do have all of my armor on. I'm just playing with a mod. What's it called? Escape mods. Oh shoot, I think it's show me your skin. And it actually will hide my armor so that people can see the backside of me, which is not exactly super thrilling. But it is mildly funny to see that when I'm flying. Okay, so timer. You'll see it running down there. And we're gonna go grab some sand. I would love to be able to zoom out a little bit, like to be behind the character more. But I think that might make things a little bit easy. It only goes for 5 minutes, so I don't have objections to people renewing it. So if when it runs out or gets super low, if you want to renew it, we can always reset and keep going. Sand is a funny one in that respect, though, because sand is one where it can come, gravity block fall out from underneath you. And I like to pull down, I like to pull down from above. Now, unfortunately, this place has all been rezzed and stuff, so even though I see a cool little well over there, there will not be anything awesome from 120 in there, just because it doesn't overwrite the existing world. But is just neat nonetheless. I see something taller. What I quite like to do when I'm doing sand mining is to start at the top and just peel down in layers. Sometimes it bites me back. Oh, please. The Fantastic Sherlock Fox is giving people ideas. Yes, so what we're going to do with this sand is, oh, come on. There we go. Is we're going to turn it into glass. So that's going to take some AFK time, because I don't have a super smelter. I don't usually have enough need for it. But what we're going to do with this glass is, there we go, is go up to build height and then put the glass way up there so that hopefully we can stop the snow in one of the zones we're working over by the monastery. That's the plan. This is going to be a little scary, I guess, for me, because I've got a efficiency 5 shovel, so I have a funny habit of, like, over digging. On the other hand, since the game tends to make me motion sick, this actually might not be a bad way for me to be doing some of like the sideways type of digging. So this could actually be a good thing. And I did not have any cactus yet, or at least not much. I don't have a cactus farm, so that's one of those I guess I should do it at some point things. But you can see from the over digging I could really easily get myself into a hole. Where's the nether? The nether, most of the nether mobs are just annoying. I mean, they're not much, like, they're not a whole heap of fun, but my nether bane is ghasts. Just because I've died to them far too many times. And the last one I'm still bitter about. I know it sounds dumb, but I am. What I did there was I died to a ghast, sort of. Actually, I died to lava because a ghast was shooting at me and I tried to go duck back into my tunnel, except I was on a 1-block edge over a lava lake and did not realize that the ledge I was on was undercut. So that made it a bit interesting or challenging to try and get out of the lava, and I didn't make it. So I'm bitter at the ghast. I'm not bitter at the people who thought that was quite funny and got a good chuckle out of it. I'm totally fine with that, but yeah. Bitter at the ghast, sort of like, how dare you? But I guess it's one way to make sure the intruder isn't working. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just pause the timer, because that's not fair to you guys if I do otherwise. And let's go to viewers, platforms, predictions. I haven't done one of these in a while. Refresh. Okay. Okay, so the way this works, I'm going to run it again, and you'll see a poll come up on the top of the screen. What that means is that you can predict your clues, your channel clues, sort of like how people have been doing odd and even on ores and stuff in other streams. And we can throw up to 5 eggs. Each individual egg has an independent 1 in 8 chance of producing a chicken. And so, 1 or more chickens, I mean. So if we get a chicken on the first one, then the prediction gets resolved, and we don't have to throw the other 4 eggs because you've already got an answer. But we can do up to 5 eggs to see whether or not we're going to get a chicken. For those of you that are into stats, I'm not sure what my return on it has been thus far, but reading further, I found that the situations where you might get 4 baby chickens out of 1 egg is apparently a 1 in 256 chance. And the odds don't increase the more eggs you throw. It's always independently reset per egg. So the prediction runs for, I believe, approximately 5 minutes, and then we can we can go into the ender chest, grab a bunch of eggs, and throw them, which is kind of funny sometimes. Some people I was talking to on Dadcraft's Discord, because this is his Patreon member supported server. Some of the members there thought it would be really quite funny if I went into some of the other members' bases like a prank and did my predictions there, and then if any chickens resulted, just leave them. But, yeah, that's a little bit cruel for those that don't like chickens. I mean, if I did that in Poodle Pirates in the Jungle, it probably wouldn't be too bad, because it's a self-solving problem, because the ocelots will come and clean up after me anyways. All right. So at the moment, we have, so we have 2 users voting one direction and 1 voting another direction. Interesting. We'll have to see how that comes out. And our timer has disappeared, so I don't have to be over my shoulder anymore. Yay! I had thought about whether or not I could put a prediction where I'd actually have to play by watching my character from the front. Unfortunately, in a few test runs of that, I can't even survive 5 minutes. It's a guaranteed death. I do something incredibly stupid, like walking backwards off a cliff, or into holes, or whatever. So that's why that version doesn't exist. Maybe flying might work, but then you really don't know if you're going to hit a mountain or anything. It's not even a problem of what's rezzing. All right. Would you rather works in lieu of a, whatchamacallit, the question of the day. So I'm going to throw it up here for now. Oops, and probably shut her down. Let's see what we've got for geek outs. In this day and age, sadly, people don't always know their fairy tales. If it wasn't for Disney, I don't think we would know much about fairy tales in this day and age at all. And those are really only inspiring Disney movies. They're not actually encouraging Disney movies. All right. For the... Yes. Yeah, we actually had 4 TV shows that were supposed to be remakes of British, but we got 2 out of that. We got as far as The Office and Cracker, and that's all I could think of. But it's been sitting there for a few minutes, so that's why I flipped it over to fairy tales instead. We should be able to beat 6, because I'm not fussed about it being just North American known ones. If there's some from another part of the world that I could actually, theoretically look up and be like, oh, hey, that is a neat one, then I don't mind internationals. Let's stick it to you. All right. Next level. We got Jack the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, exactly. Jack the Giant Killer was referring, or was relating to our Disney's Brave Little Tailor. So the boy has let us know that our our prediction has ended. So I'm going to just go up here, grab some. We're full anyway, so I need into the ender chest one way or the other. So let's get the egg box out. 4 and 1 is 5. That way you know I can't cheat. And I needed a shulker out of here anyways. Alright, so let's do it right up against the sandstone so that we know we're not making sure we don't get an egg because we did over a cliff or something. Here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Unfortunately, no chicken this time, so the result is we're out of cluck. Grab a towel because we got egg on our face. which means our results refresh. Let's see, what did we get? Details. Ooh, huge stormy owl cleaned up, as well as 2 others. Not bad. So we had a total of 11,070 points in that betting pool. Been a while since we've done those ones. Kind of nice. Okay, let's put this one out. Kind of hard to put this one away if I don't take it out. Well, I mean, the question is, how much did you bet? Points per distribution. I really do think Fantastic Shock Fox makes a game out of losing his points intentionally. There we go. So 1 shulker down, which means we have a good amount that we can start. Now, I was nearly 45 minutes late, which means we didn't start till 11, so my intention is to go 11 my time, sorry, I'm in Mountain. So I didn't start till about 1 Eastern, which means that we're probably going to go till about 3 Eastern, I think. That's probably a good target, just make it a nice round 2 hours. See how people are doing, because I was thinking, were my kids to be in school, I probably would go longer, because Thursdays used to be Fantastic Shock Fox's light day in terms of meetings that prevented lunch. Eesh. Not light day, sorry, busy day. You got me. You got me. Spiders are one of my biggest things. I'm not, I think we mentioned this before, I am an arachnophobic person. Not heavily so, like it's not debilitating in most cases, but I happen to live somewhere where we don't have a whole lot of super dangerous spiders. So that's helpful. Let's just spread these. There we go. As we don't have a whole lot of dangerous spiders, on the other hand, make sure I didn't miss any. They do get me, even in game. It's been happening since I was playing World of Warcraft, too. Like, I'm just not a spider fan. So, you guys are aware that I'm a Harry Potter interested person. Fan's a bit of a strong word these days, just sheer lack of practice. And social consciousness, but that's neither here or there at the moment. But, so when we watch the films, there is a very large, actually a few very large spiders in the second film, I believe it is, The Chamber of Secrets, and I actually cannot comfortably watch that part of the movie. My kids are aware of it to the point where, like, they'll let me know when it's over. But it's a good trade-off, because the balance is others in our house are uncomfortable with snakes, and so they don't actually like the basilisk in Harry Potter. So they tell me when the spider scene is over, and I tell them when the snake-ish basilisk scene is over. Nice teamwork. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not very intuitive, unfortunately. Twitch isn't very good at that. I think the idea... There we go. I think the idea about why it's not very intuitive is for Twitch to be able to claim they're making it more difficult for channels to be running or encouraging gambling. I think this is a little bit of a silly, fun wager, kind of like if you flip a coin, heads I buy lunch, tails you buy lunch. You know, that sort of thing. So I think that's relatively harmless, and I don't mind gambling with free things. So as for example, I would never charge bits for a gamble. To me, that feels uncomfortable. But when it's just something free, like points for hanging out and watching, no problem. Sometimes it's fun to show off a little bit, to be able to say, I've got so many points. Or, I mean, that's sometimes from winning, but other times it's from the fact that one didn't spend them. we have ourselves a fresh prediction, and it's a yes or no prediction. Will Dell get a chicken? So once again, up to 5 eggs. And feel free to bet as many points as you like, or as few. It's up to you. I've had people just want to participate, and they bet 1 point. They had more, but they only wanted to just simply participate, so they bet 1. So it's whatever works for you. And part of the reason I went with the chicken eggs is partly, actually more to be different. A lot of the Minecraft players that I watch of late have been doing, you know, how many or will we, like not how many, sorry, an even or an odd, or sometimes a how many type guess, or will we end up with if we, you know, break up 10 ore blocks. And that's great. You know, I don't have a problem with them doing that. I just wanted to be different. That and being a Minecraft player who doesn't do a whole lot of mining for herself, we tend not to, I tend not to have a whole lot of those supplies. As you can see, my base, I get lost when I start actually getting a half-decent number. And I just need to get organized. But I mean, still, I've just never had a whole ton of supplies to be able to do that with. Oh, next week I'm on holiday up in Alnwick Castle where they filmed some of the Hogwarts scenes. Cool! One of the things I want to do eventually on a solo world is to slowly learn to build portions of the sets. And portions of the location. It's been done a million times by other people. That's why it would be a sort of incredibly long-term, slow progress personal world that doesn't get streamed. I mean, if something actually turned out well, I might do a, hey, check out what I did. But it wouldn't be something we would be doing on stream just because it's been done to death, and given that some people aren't a huge fan of that franchise because of the author's views, I find it to be a little bit of a hot potato topic, so I've been dodging it. So, looking at the various other types of LEGO available, other IPs that LEGO's paid for, I haven't found one I liked as much. Yeah, if you get any cool shots, feel free to drop some pictures in one of the Discords that we're in. Either mine or Dadcraft's, once again, because we're on his server. Just feel free. And actually, speaking of going and doing, I won't be getting a whole lot of pictures, but tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, sorry, starting the, actually maybe I will get some pictures. I was thinking about the Broadway, but now I actually mean more the vacation. In August, I believe the 3rd through the 20th, the family and I are headed over to Ireland. So we'll be hanging out, checking out, you know, the usual Dublin stuff and doing some of that touristy thing, because that's part of what you do when it's your first time there. But we have family who lives there. My father-in-law has moved over there, so hopefully there'll be things to do, or pardon me, let me correct that. Experiences to have that are a bit more of what your average Joe would do, your average Jill, whatever. And just because I like that, like I like to do touristy stuff, but I also like to do what the other people do. So for example, let's take Hawaii for example. I haven't been there in years, but one of my things when I'm there is I like the historic stuff, which is often trumped up for the tourists and so on. But then I also would like to have, you know, musubi street food, which is basically modern Spam with sushi rice. Cool. Yeah, like at some point I'd like to do a trip and experience some fun areas of London. I wouldn't say my city's uninteresting, but a cow town? No, it's not really a cow town. An oil and gas related city in the western part of Canada, we don't have much for history. It's all really, really modern. Whereas some cities that have been around a good long time, like London, have museums. Like I'd love to go see, well, for lack of a better term, the British Museum, you know, or the Natural History Museum, or etc., and spend forever. Problem with being a parent, oh, thank you for the reminder. Perfect. Monday? Oh, London. Typo. pass through Monday. I'd love to pass through Monday too. Okay, so it also reminds me that we've got this will Dell get a chicken thing. We're almost done on this one. Refresh. No winner. Okay, so we need to actually get that eggs set going. Did I pick up? Yeah, okay, I put the eggs away. Okay, 765. Let's do it this way. We have 5 eggs. I'm trying to find a big section where I won't actually throw things over the cliff. Okay, so let's go out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think it's rigged. So I'm going to clear that one up so that I think. Actually, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, were you in this one, or did you not predict that one? Because if Fantastic Sherlock Fox put his points in, then I need to close it for him. Yeah, okay, he was in it. Perfect. So, unfortunately, just eggs. Just eggs. So this time round, it's kind of like the even or odd on the ores. If you, where are we here? Stormy Island Springer Shadow. Wow, this is definitely your day. So, like the ores, it's one of those things where if you tend to predict one way, then stick with it. But every once in a while, we do get the other one. So the math on this one is actually slightly skewed. I shouldn't say slightly. It's a good bit skewed over to one side, but sometimes we get surprised. I think I've had a couple where when it went chicken, I actually got all 4. You might slow your losing for today. It's up to you, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, if you want to slow your losing or not of points. Because as a mod, you've got access to some things that would cost points for others. So that is a bit, I guess, unfair on my part to some extent. This one, here, let's keep this one in the inventory. I have more eggs if something goes south. I have lots more eggs if something went south. Okay, there we go. Let's pick up. Alright, now I promised you we wouldn't be doing sand the whole time. My aim is to fill my inventory one more time, because then we'll have a little bit extra over top of 2 shulkers. And that'll get us very much started, and I can do some more of this off screen. But we'll head back and get some of that started smelting up. Taking a look at where the wall was that I was working on to go around the town, I suspect that's going to be outside of the range for the furnaces to do much of anything. So we may end up doing a little bit of pre-chopping. Or working on, actually, I can also repeat more of the sorter because I still want to move and or at least sort more of the spoils from a mob farm under the base. So I can always do that, and that's just the back corner of the base. And hopefully we'll be close enough to keep the furnace running. Yeah, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, by being the main mod, he's here basically every single stream he can be. Doesn't have a whole lot of choice, unless he's parenting. So he works from home. I'm spoiled by that because I get to be a stay-at-home mom and he works from home, for now. I mean, like, things may change, but I have that luxury at the moment, and he's great at multitasking. Or, what do you call it? Hyper-switching, I guess is probably the reality of the terminology these days. So by being able to multitask, then he does a lot of that sort of stuff without having to worry about being present. But yeah, that's I still think I owe him a little bit because the whole reason he is a mod, partly because he can't really get away from hearing about my streaming stuff during the day, just make it flat so I don't fall in holes. He can't really get rid of or get away from hearing about my streaming stuff by being married to me, but on the other hand, it started out because I got really, sounds dumb, but I got scared. Because it was right after Dadcraft had a follow bot raid that we had one of our first stream weekends, and unfortunately, I freaked out a little bit, just doing the whole, I'm brand new at this, what would I do if, and how would I keep chattering at the world if things went sideways? And so Fantastic Sherlock Fox got dragooned into hanging out and helping. And then, unfortunately, after that, at least for him, the stream got more complicated. Oh. And what I mean by that is that I switched up which bot I was using after having a problem with Stream Elements just deciding to be AWOL one day. And I know Stormy Owls has experienced that as well, where Stream Elements they initially didn't acknowledge that they were having problems and were just absent. It just suddenly wasn't working for a large quantity of streamers. And at that point in the game, or at that time, I was doing a lot of stuff that didn't have just a lightweight overlay at the top. I was actually putting things in boxes like you normally see in a chat window or something in a just chatting stream. Some streamers still have fairly heavy duty overlays. I had some at that time, but when Stream Elements went kaput that day, I was like going, oh, well, do I cancel for cheesy reason or do I go ahead with it? And that was the day that I decided for sure I was going to look for other bots to do things differently. So I looked at a few alternatives. I know Stormy was a fan of Firebot, and I looked at that and it didn't quite serve the needs I wanted, and I wanted a little bit more flexibility with what I was doing with parts of it. So I kept looking and found something different. And now I'm still struggling to keep things like there's some super cool stuff one can do. Hello, welcome in, Big Hairy GM. Good to see you. So yeah, I'm still struggling to figure out some cool stuff and get them working. Because a lot of it, sometimes I wonder if I'm suited more for presentations in in front of a classroom style as opposed to being super chatty. But on other times I realize, nope, having seen a gazillion professors teaching and corporate stylings and stuff, that I'm not that person either. So I don't know, but it's different to try and keep things rolling. And there's some that have a whole ton of interesting things they do on stream that I wouldn't dare emulate just because it doesn't fit my personality. So now I can do more, but I don't actually have a whole lot I do with it. So I need to refresh, the whole... Wow. Thank you very, very much for playing the creeper. That got me. I was seriously wondering if I had just barely escaped. I turned around and the world looks the same as I left it. Nah. The most fun, or I shouldn't say the most fun, one of the most fun days we had is when our fine Maud Benson had her brother in here who was trying to bait her to ban him. He never did get banned. Lyric is still welcome in, but it was kind of fun because she was sitting on the edge of having a very, very itchy timeout finger, and I think she did time him out twice. I thought that was kind of amusing. Two sets of characters who are twins. Yeah, they don't... Well, I don't think that those two play twins. Sorry, that was the Geek Out as the TV category. Two sets of characters who are twins. And of course, there's the really, really obvious one that we've got, the superhero Wonder Twins. Wonder Twin powers activate! I don't know if Benson and Lyric would agree with us that that's all that funny. Because they get that joke a lot. That's two sets of characters that are twins. Trying to remember. There was another one. When our kids were young, there was another set of characters that did a lot. That was a twin batch, and I can't remember what they were, but I remember that they were blonde girls, and one was dressed as though they preferred green, and one was dressed as though they preferred blue. And the reason I remember that existed was because it used to remind me about a pair of twins I worked with when I worked at an amusement park near us. And they were both in the food service department. And it didn't really matter where they were, like they actually were ident twins. And it didn't really matter where they were assigned to work that day. They still would choose of the locations that the two of them had been assigned to, who wanted to work at which one. And for that day, they would just go by that name. And really, the only one that would know any different was like their parents or them. Nobody else really knew. Sometimes towards the end of the shift, they'd, cough up that they'd swapped or whatever to the other employee they'd been working with that day. But through the whole day, they would actually just go and completely answer to whatever name should have been assigned to that location. It was kind of odd. It was almost like they were both, multiple personality. There'd be little differences that once you got to know these girls better, that the girls would be, you could start to tell them apart, but it took months of figuring it out. Scooter and Skeeter, yes. Because you only see one of them in most of the show. Or, I mean, Muppet Babies. But... And I can't remember, did Scooter actually start talking about Skeeter in the original Muppet show? I can't recall. Like, as in the My Sister thing. I think they had Skeeter show up once or twice in a movie. On the bright side, though, I'm kind of glad that Scooter's character wasn't completely and utterly useless, because sometimes when you get storylines where you've got a character like Scooter says, my uncle owns this theater or whatever, then either the kid's incredibly entitled, or the kid tries to actually work at the theater and is absolutely and utterly like Butterfingers dud. Now Scooter was not, the brightest bulb in the box, but on the other hand, there was such a crazy schmoz of what was going on at the theater that it didn't really matter. And as the seasons went on, Scooter became more and more like the backstage manager type of character that just, it worked. Twins in Disney shows. I wonder if there were some in Doc McStuffins. Yeah, you're probably right. I wonder if, what I'm thinking is, I wonder if Skeeter was mentioned. I'd have to Google it to find out. Okay. I know there's a lot of nostalgia for Muppets and Muppet shows, but here's my question. Original Muppet Show or Muppets Tonight? Which did you prefer more and why? I liked the original Muppet Show better, but that's because the characters were so much more exaggerated for me in the Muppets Tonight. And what I mean by that is they had a big bear security guard who was not supposed to be very swift, and they just really played that one a lot. When we first meet Pepe the King Prawn, he's got an awful lot of cutting remarks that I don't necessarily feel were required to be as cruel as they were in some cases. Actually, there's a character in Muppets Tonight. He's like a talk show host type of character, And I think it's Johnny Fumana, and he's got a real sort of cool type of persona, chilled out and stuff. But I swear he looks to me like Jimmy Carr, the UK comedian. Okay. We're close enough. That's fine. Stop here, just... I know I've got a lot of sand. Yeah, sand. I just dropped over the cliff. That's okay. Alright, let's get this part put away, and then we're gonna get out of here. Oh, whoops. Don't hold down shift. Okay, this one. There we go. Yes. Well, it's Jimmy Carr's laugh is one of those laughs that very clearly sounds forced, even though supposedly it's not. And for better or worse, it carries. There was, I think it was an 8 out of 10 Cats where, what's his name now? Sean Locke, another comedian, had asked, I was gonna try and, Poodles, okay. We're gonna go use Poodle's portal. Poodle Pirates Village, Poodle Pirates Jungle, Blaze Farm Overworld portal. We're gonna use the jungle portal. Oh, whoops. But he was asked by Sean Locke to see how quietly could he actually laugh. He's like, and he actually laughed legit because he thought it was such a stupid request. Sort of how ridiculous a request can you make, kind of thing. And he was trying to keep it quiet, like how quietly could he laugh, and he can't. It's just, it's one of those laughs that does not do, whoa. There it is. It's one of those laughs that just does not do well trying to be toned down. Some people have, I mean, there's different laughs for different times. I've got a fairly loud laugh at times. I also have, unfortunately, a cackle, which is embarrassing, but it's a thing. And I do an awful lot of laughing through my nose, so that's embarrassing in itself. Let's see, which way is home? Dragon Fortress? No. Mangrove and Mining? No. Sand? No. Sand? Huh. DR, okay, northeast, this way. Past spawn. Okay, I mean, there's a thought, Bigger Gem, is if the idea of being a mole Santa makes you feel uncomfortable, if you manage to find something really funny, then maybe you could record it and see if you could sell it as a clip that people could use when they need a good deep type of, a nice solid laugh for that. Make a buck on the side, right? A few minutes effort. But, yeah, I've got a laugh that doesn't go over very well in most cases. Okay, so we've got sand. I need to know better than to put things in with this. Why is it still burning? What's sand now? Okay. Oops, I don't need the ender chest. I need to remember when I'm taking things out not to leave them anywhere that is spawnable, because I end up with far too much nasties. 15 minutes? Perfect. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, what else did I mess up here? This one and that one. I need one arrow. And I need my torches back. Nope, nope. I don't need cactus green that badly. And I want my bed back too. Whoops! Okay. I think I've got everything. Yes. Yeah. Alright. Glass. We're good. So I'm going to sleep this off, and then we can go ahead with more sorters! Yay, boo! Depending on your point of view. Wow, that was a rhyme that was unintentional. Hee. Oh, okay. I'm gonna swap the geek out just one more time. Sure. They say 6 songs of the day of the week in the title. I'm assuming that they don't think that every single day of the week is available in a song. But I'll start us off with Ruby Tuesday. Oops, can't put things that I want to put. Monday, Monday, yep. Monday, Monday. Mama Cast for the win. Oops. It's Friday, I'm in love? Okay, cool. Anyone else? Just curious, I don't have this one. No? And sticks. I said I had sticks in the top corner, and I certainly do now. Alright, so... need stone. We'll start with the 15, that'll be fine. And then I need redstone over there. Where did I put the hoppers? I had hoppers. Huh. So I'm gonna need repeaters, repairs, torches.
My old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
You got me grooving. And I have no idea where that came from. Awesome. Oh, that's a sound system I completely forgot I had. Hey Jay, good to see you.
Hello?
So let me double check I got this right. Yep, Jay, got it. Good to see you. I don't usually go this long on Thursdays, but I started late, so we're going till the top of the hour, so we've only got about 10 minutes left, which is a bit of a shame. But we need some more. Okay, how and where did I misplace my hoppers to? I mean, I can make more. That's not a problem. I just wonder where I put them. Probably in a project box somewhere, right? I have a bazillion project boxes, and I never know where I've put them. Well, let's just make more. We can do that. Do I want to break? No. Do-do-do-do. Okie dokie. Ah, yes. Sunday Bloody Sunday. So we've got Monday so far, we've got Tuesday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday Night Fever, and Sunday Bloody Sunday. We've hit 7 so far, not bad. Not bad, considering that we're keeping it family friendly. Ha! Okay, so we've got like 10 minutes before the end. And, oh, refresh. There we go. So it's 10 minutes before the end, and we've finally had someone redeem first here. That's amusing. Welcome in! So the egg prediction. We can toss up to 5 eggs, and we'll see whether or not we get a chicken. What was I doing? Oh, hoppers. Right. The intent for this one will be to stay as the sorting for the mob farm. It's currently below the base, but we'll probably move. This one. That one. Saturday night, so we've got 8. We're doing good so far. What am I looking for here? This. Sunday in the park with George. That's another one. How many points is Fantastic Sherlock Fox going to lose this time? So currently we are sitting, for curiosity's sake, we are currently sitting at 3 users think that we're going to get a chicken. Nobody yet thinks we're going to get any, just egg on our face. So right now, all the points are going one direction. Therefore, yeah, it doesn't readjust on the screen. It should, and I thought I had it set to do that, but apparently not. Let's see. Stream up. Widgets, tools. Widgets. Which widget are you? Nope, that's not it. This one? That's a poll. Prediction. Okay, what's in the prediction one? Nope, they're all turned on. And the text background is horribly light. Yeah, well, I'll take a look at that later. They don't want to mess with that when we're so close to the end of stream. Alright. Let's see. Everyone is betting with me, so I can't lose yet. But if someone bets even 1 clue against, they can make bank. True, but here's the other thing. You can still lose. Right? So, if it turns out it's the opposite... Ooh. If it turns out it's the opposite of... the opposite of the win, then it would be a full-out loss. Alright, so where are we? I was making hoppers because I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 9, I think, times... Shoot, can't count. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it sounds about right. Times 5 is 25, and then I need to be about 32, so about half a stack, I think. Hoppers ought to do it. So let's find some wood that we have a good amount of, probably birch.
Bruh.
Bruh. Gotta put that away because, yeah. Alright.
Hello.
Birch this way? Oh, and I already have. I didn't even think about that. I was gonna say I already have a bunch of chests. So I didn't even have to make the chests. I could have just used the chests in storage. That would have made sense though, you know? Hello. Okay, thank you for the creeper. Didn't get me this time. But welcome on in, I guess. Welcome, welcome. We are just about to be done here. Let's see, 30 hoppers. Yeah, and I need... Where did I put the box of stuffs? Wasn't me. Yeah, wasn't me. Not this time, anyways. Could have been. Are we saying coulda, shoulda, woulda? So the thing actually that I didn't mention, and Springer is unaware of this, that some of the sounds are actually pointing to a randomized folder. So, or at least I'm not controlling the randomization of them, which means that, there we go. Which means that, sorry, my brain just took a holiday. Yeah, that you can have any one of them come up. So, as we've seen with the creepers, sometimes it's just the explosion. Sometimes we get the hiss with the explosion, and sometimes we get the full-on sizzle that just goes nowhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a T shape. Okay. So what do I want to start with these? Honestly, I jumped. I don't know why, but I jumped. Chick, chick, chick. Okay. Chick, chick, chick. It is. Let's get that one. So how many do we have in the pool? We have... Let's see, refresh. I can read it better over here. Only 3 users in the pool. Okay. Maybe I read it wrong? We have eggs. There's no concern. We have eggs. Okay, 5 eggs. By the way, I will kill off this chicken if it actually ends up being something. Okay, so... 1. Oh! I don't even have to shoot the other 4. You guys were really smart today. Okay, so resolve that with chicken for sure. Refresh. So... I guess everybody else gets to split up 5,600 points. Not bad. Yay! So much for losing points.
Hello.
Bye. Welcome in, Poodle Pirate. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we had to borrow your portal today. I was out and digging on sand right near your portal because apparently one of the other places in the spreadsheet is not what it claims to be. So I went out near your place to snag some sand and used your portal to get back. So it would have been a long flight otherwise. Hopefully you're doing well. We are probably going to raid out at the top of the hour, more or less, so in a couple of minutes here. But what we got accomplished today, and you know what, I think I'm just gonna... Oh, I can't free cam this. I was gonna say, I could free cam it, but I can't. It's too far away. So we just got the crops put in. So they're slowly doing their thing. And I got my villagers back, so I'm still happy about that. They're all just like hanging out. Ooh, yay you! So, Poodle Pirate has claimed their personal command. Okay, and not parent approved has come up. So I will quickly explain the personal command. Poodle, if you could, you can get a video, sound, whatever. Probably let's keep it about 6 seconds or less, whatever you want to have in there, or picture or whatnot. Just feel free to drop me a DM with what information you want, or if you've got something that you would like me to load that you've used elsewhere, just drop that by, and I will get your command put in. So, let me just write that down in case I make a boo-boo, because I already owe it to 4 other people. There we go. And Poodle. Awesome. Roger that. Okay, so we've asked for something visually a little more interesting. And then we'll go with a not parent approved. So the not parent approved, just for Jay and anyone else, it's virtually Cards Against Humanity, but a very safe version of it. They say aimed at kids, but it's not really. So the box says on it, I'm bored out of my mind. I want to do something that's not parent approved. So we get 2 cards out of here, and I'm just going to show you as I randomly reach in, and we've got a red card. Oops, I can get in here. A red card and a blue card. These have different ends of the box, which is kind of hard to get into because I really should put them in card holders. Okay, so the blue card is the seed phrase, and the red is what came out as a result to fill the blank. So, this is not parent approved, and it says, Moms will never understand blank. Moms will never understand blank. So, filling it in, Moms will never understand becoming a kung fu master. Yeah, they're right. I probably wouldn't. Moms will never understand becoming a kung fu master. Yeah. So they do have some silly ones in there. I mean, silly in the, like, you know, junior level gross in terms of burps, farts, zits, that kind of jazz. But we don't end up with some of the potential crudité, the crudeness that shows up in even the family-friendly edition of Cards Against Humanity. Yep, mums will never understand becoming a kung fu master. Exactly. Exactly. That's this one. All right, so it is past the top of the hour. You guys can see lots of guys that need their... These ones actually are locked in, whereas the other ones are not.
The next race is about to begin. Please put !play in the chat.
Well, what we're going to do with the marbles, that would be a marbles run thing. We don't need to actually put anything into the chat because I'm not playing marbles at the moment. Yes. Okay, so I think we had ourselves a good time. We did a little bit of sand dig and chit-chatted and chucked a couple of eggs, which is sort of a nice change. And I think in the meantime, who we're going to figure out, just going to find the raid, start the raid, and then say the thank yous. It's a little bit easier that way, if there's a raid worth having. Oh, too many choices. Too many choices. Let's see. I'm looking for a Minecraft player, so I think we're headed out to Genfire. So she looks like she may be playing either a map or modded. It says MCCI practice. Dragon and exclamation point dragon exclamation point Genfire. So she's got her commands fired up. Ooh, actually nope, scratch. Sorry. We said we were going to go to Genfire. I think instead we're going to go to Ricky Roy because...
Roll the marbles!
Because right off the bat, it says birthday stream, Twitch spawn style, with a new stream setup. So that sounds to me like he may be having a birthday, in which case, let's give him all the support we can. So we're going to head over to the Ricky Roy, and I'll get that stream started, or that thing fired up. Where's the button? Wrong button. There we go.
Mischief managed.
All right. So thank you very, very much to everybody who came out today. You really made my day, helped make it a little more exciting and interesting, and had surfaced some commands and things around here that I'd almost forgotten we had because we haven't used them in so long. So I'm very, very glad that everybody came out. Thanks to our clue spenders, Emma, Jay, Fantastic Shock Fox, Poodle Pirate, and Springer Shadow. Also thanks to Fantastic Shock Fox and Benson for being our moderators today. And it was good to hear from Bobreen, Springer Shadow, Tis for Truth, and Poodle Pirate, as well as Huge Stormy Owl, Big Hairy GM, Dev, and I'm not even sure how to say it, Amadamas. Next time we're in stream, we really should chat to see what I should call you. So thank you everybody for hanging out. If you were hanging out and just lurking in the back and never did say hello, that's fine. I appreciate that you came and spent your time with me. So I will be back on let me scratch that all. I will be back on Saturday because we have a stream weekend coming up. No art as of yet, but the Dadcraft73 Patreon servers are having a stream weekend. So I will be back on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. See you all then. Have yourselves a great time, and bye-bye for now.